Yes. Dr. Mindy in the house. All right.
I appreciate that.
The carnivore diet.
Because of what we eat.
Honestly, you've really touched my heart. But then I really think that what is not acknowledged enough when we talk about anxiety is the biochemistry of it. So adrenaline is the main hormone behind anxious feelings. So we have to look at what leads that person to have all of that adrenaline circulating. Is it the caffeine? Is it their perceptions of urgency? Is it that they are so worried about what other people think of them? Do you know, I wrote a book two years ago now called The Invisible Load, and I did some focus groups as part of my research for writing that book. And so I did focus groups with women aged between 18 and 25 and asked them what were the things that stressed them out the most. And the top two things that stressed that age group out most was their body image and social media. And when I share that with older groups, they often laugh, and I can see the judgment that they pass on the younger people. And I will giggle at them and say, hang on, because when I interviewed women, the 35 to 45-year-old age group, when they said the things that stressed them out the most were things like making sure everyone was happy, how many tasks they had in a day, things like running late. And when you peel all of it back, this is where you get to see that it's all the same stuff. So our stress can be the most magnificent teacher to us if we allow it to be, because it's where you get to see the ways you allow or where you allow others to judge you, essentially. So when someone says to me something like Instagram stresses them out, it's because they are using Instagram as a way to gain popularity, to see what people think of them, how many likes they get, the comments they get. Whereas when I say that to older groups, they'll say, how could Instagram stress anyone out? I get inspired by it, or I am entertained by it. I watch funny dog videos or whatever. So that's what I mean, that it's not the thing that stresses us out, it's our response to it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And so it's our stress can show us, we can learn so much from it about these perceptions that are really quite hidden, and they're really quite slippery. Our beliefs, I think, are very slippery to identify because they're all tied up in our language, and we can't hear that it's a belief because we think it's real. Like the way Bruce Lipton says, we say these things because we perceive it's how it is, but it's perception. When we feel caught in that rushing woman syndrome, instead of just thinking, I'm so stressed and that's just how life is now, we want to pause and start to work out what stress really is for us.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That is a better conversation, because I do feel like when somebody says you just need to not stress,